Hi everybody, by the end of this video, you will know all you need to create a perfect gallery wall, regardless of your personal style, the wall you're working with, or even the room it's in. A gallery wall is a practical, affordable, and versatile way to display art and add visual interest to your space. And when done right, it becomes a curated expression of your personal style. That said, many people try and fail to create one that actually works. And the most common reason for that is very simple. They try to simply replicate something as seen in a magazine or online without accounting for the differences in their own space. Because unless your room has the same dimensions, wall color, lighting, and surrounding elements, and also that you are using the same frames and art pieces, the final look won't feel quite the same. So instead of copying a composition, let's focus on understanding how to arrange elements so they work together visually, regardless of your style, wall size, frame shapes, or anything else in the mix. So why and when to choose a gallery wall? It works best when you have a large blank wall to fill, like in a living room, hallway, or along the staircase. When you want to tell a story through your art, whether it's about travel, family, or anything personally meaningful. And when your interior style leans towards eclectic, bohemian, transitional, or modern, or something in that neighborhood. They might not be the best fit if your space is minimalist or small, since it can look and feel heavy and cluttered. If there are already lots of visual elements competing for attention, and if you prefer clean, uninterrupted lines and simplicity. What to include? Here, we are focusing only on framed artwork like posters, paintings, photographs. However, you can create a mixed media gallery wall including masks, mirrors, flowers, dishes, but let's save it for some other time, okay? As to layout options, the most common styles are the grid layout, linear arrangements, or the eclectic style. Okay, so now let's have some fun and design a few gallery walls while we discuss a few additional details on the way, okay? Before choosing your artwork or deciding where to hang it, keep two key things in mind. One, think of the gallery wall as a whole, not as isolated pieces. Each element should speak to the others and feel like part of a single composition. And two, your gallery wall is just one part of a larger picture, which is the entire room. So consider its relationship with its surroundings like furniture, wall color, windows, curtains, and more. How to find the perfect placement for the artwork. For now, let's forget about the numbers and let's approach it with our own instinct. Just trust your eyes, okay? Stand back a little, look at the room, and try to identify the art zone. Think of the whole area as a canvas and mark a matting frame within it. Okay, this is the area where the art will visually belong. It's the space where it makes sense within the room's overall composition. Whether you're hanging a single piece, a pair, or creating a full gallery wall, stick to the zone. Let's start with this picture that I found online. So I think it's a very nice room. Everything is very nice. I like the colors, I like the vibrance and everything. However, the gallery wall behind it is just wrong. Everything is a little bit scattered and it's just wrong, okay? So how do we fix it? The first thing to do is to remove everything. And now we are going to find the art zone. So if you are following just the rule of thirds, the art zone is going to be this, okay? The back of the sofa is like this. So you divide this by 3 and center the 2/3. And that's going to be your zone. As to above the sofa, you have to leave something between 15 to 25 centimeters, not more than that. And to the ceiling, it's going to be the same thing, okay? You can go up to 25 to 30 centimeters to the ceiling. However, because this room has 2 side tables, it means that the base for the art above it, if you're making a gallery wall, is wider. So this is now our zone for art. Hang with me, I'm going to use the same art of the original picture. I am just going to use some different frames and bigger frames because I don't like using small frames. I think small frames, they don't look good, okay? If you use just one, no more than 2, if you have a larger area to cover, okay? When you place it above the furniture, you should leave something like 15 to 25 centimeters of space between the top of the furniture and the bottom of the artwork, be it a single piece or a composition like a gallery wall. So here it is, and this is how we did our above the sofa exercise. So only so that you know, this same configuration, we can take it to other ambients and it will still work because we are considering the art zone of those spaces. I am going for eclectic here because it's where people get wrong most frequently, because it's very easy to make a grid and it's also not so hard to go for a linear structure thing. So here it is. Now you know how to create your gallery wall above the sofa. You don't have to use the same layout that I did here. I can change the layout, but as long as I keep the everything inside the art zone and nicely balanced within, it's going to be okay. So above the bed, The same principles apply as above the sofa. Just understand that anything that goes above shouldn't be wider than whatever is underneath. And don't be afraid to layer in softness with textiles and lighting to tie it all together, okay? Reading Nook. Here, your art can take up more of the available wall space. You can even hang pieces low. It adds unexpected charm and depth to the composition. Just be mindful of nearby visual elements like lighting, windows, or curtains. They are all part of the composition too, okay? Dining area. If the wall is open, you have two choices. You can place everything above the table line, or you can make use of the whole wall. However, if you have a buffet or credenza or other furniture piece against the wall, you have got to apply the above the furniture layout instead, okay? If it starts to feel off balance, just add a tall plant or a floor lamp nearby to visually anchor the setup. And just remember, intentionality is everything. Entryways. They are transitional, so think of them as moments to create a strong visual impression. So the smaller gallery walls or vertical groupings work well here. So balance is key. Keep it clean and purposeful. Fireplaces. You just have to let the fireplace be the anchor. Artwork above it should complement the architectural lines without competing with them. One large piece or a tight cluster can both be effective. If you don't have much room between the fireplace and the ceiling, maybe just a small piece of art would be enough. Don't make a gallery wall, don't force it. And finally, the TV area. So this is where eclectic layouts truly shine. Let the TV be part of the gallery wall, but don't try to hide it. Make it as if you want to incorporate the TV to it. As to spacing and placement, some tips. So standard spacing is around no less than 10 and no more than 25 centimeters between pieces. This is around 4 to 10 inches. And larger scale galleries, you can try something like 10 to 15 centimeters of spacing, or even bigger if you're going eclectic. Also, it's a good thing if you stick to a common thread like botanical prints or black and white photography or travel memories. But if you go eclectic, the pieces should share at least one common element like color, theme, size, shape, style. As a bonus tip, rotate your art, okay? Not everything has to be up all the time. Rotate your collection seasonally or whenever the mood strikes. Store your pieces safely and bring them back when you're ready for a refresh. Lastly, plan before you hang. Don't just start hammering. Instead, plan your layout on the floor first. Start with a focal point and build outward. And before hammering, you can use painter's tape or paper templates on the wall to test the placement. And of course, you should use a level and proper hanging tools for accuracy. And whenever you can, please avoid these common mistakes, okay? Random placement, overcrowding, mismatched styles without intention, ignoring scale, uneven spacing. And as to the art itself, please avoid cliche food art. Frames that are too small, empty frames, mass-produced posters, reproduction of famous masterpieces, unleveled frames, fake canvas prints. And finally, some alternatives to gallery walls. One large piece or pairing of big frames, because it grants more visual impact most of the times, but you can also try tapestries or textiles, picture ledge or shelf display, also wallpaper or wall murals. Okay, so our final thoughts. A gallery wall can be bold, personal, and beautiful with just a little planning. They can go almost anywhere. Just don't overdo it, okay? No more than one in the same room, and don't do it in every room. Whether your look is clean and structured or wild and eclectic, the key is cohesion and intention. I hope you have learned something new today, and as always, keep on practicing, and thank you for joining us.